When we use the term design thinking, it is more about how we perform certain tasks rather than how we think. So, for example, you are a student and you are supposed to write an essay on a certain topic. Would you just start writing that essay? Or would you think about the topic first, try and understand and research the topic, then write the essay in rough, then write the final essay and then present it to your teacher? These are certain steps you took as a student, right? Everyone did. Now, these steps are a part of the thinking process. And in this case, because it is pertaining to design, it is called the design thinking process. A series of steps is what it includes. Now I will put on screen a diagram of a design thinking process, a flow chart per se. And this flow chart will explain you the 4 to 5 steps which are almost necessary to do in order to go from the problem to the solution. And at every step, we are going to see how the problem is being solved. Let's get started. Alright guys, so I have prepared a design thinking flowchart here, and I'm going to take you through each and every step, explaining what happens here. Hopefully we'll be able to add notes here. And at the end of the class, I will also be attaching a link to this page where you can check out each and every step in detail and what we've done in the class. Now to begin with, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. These 5 steps take you from the problem to the solution. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the steps that are pertaining more to the problem in red. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the solutions in green. So the first 3 steps or the first 2 steps are generally demarcated as red here, because these are the problem stages. We're trying to figure out the problem. Then we have something called ideation. This is more or less neutral here. Ideation, I will explain in a minute. Prototyping and testing phases are where the real solutions come up. Okay. So now we have defined them and color coded them to understand it better. Now let's come to empathizing or empathy. In the last lesson, if you remember, I had mentioned empathizing or empathy, which means you are trying to put yourself in the state of the user or in the position of the user. So if the user is agitated, angry with an application, you are seeing why he or she is angry with an application. For example, I'll give you a nice example. A lot of us, when we are booking a cab, we are using Uber and Ola on our phones. Now, when we open up these applications, generally the process is rather smooth. But sometimes what happens is, due to certain issues, like the cab being delayed or cancelled, we get angry, agitated, and frustrated. Now, we all know this as a feeling because you and I both have booked cabs like this before. But for some people, the problems might be different. So, in order to understand them, you have to empathize. You have to feel what they are feeling. You have to understand what they are thinking at the time they are doing something.